You can't go wrong with a musical with great songs and amazing dance numbers, right? Right? This is my review of the movie adaptation of Lin-Manuel Miranda's stage production of In the Heights, and I haven't seen that, so this review won't compare it to the stage production and it will solely focus on the movie, and this film was great. This is such a feel-good film. It's so happy and joyous, and don't take my word for it because those aren't my words, those are my sister's, and I couldn't agree more. This film is so happy and colourful, and it's so summery, and it's the perfect film to kickstart summer with. And like I said with my review of A Quiet Place Part 2, where you need to watch it on the big screen, this is another one of those films. You need to see it on the big screen because of just the massive, like, big scale of this production, that you just need to see it in cinemas. My review may contain spoilers here and there, but I'll try and keep them vague and I'll try and keep them to a minimum. But when I talk about the ending, obviously I'll be spoiling it, and I'll give a spoiler warning before then, so don't worry. In the Heights is about a group of people that live in Washington Heights, and it's about like their lives, how they got there, what they do there, where they want to go, and it's all about like their dreams and hopes and aspirations.
Sueñito. It means little dream.
And you do kind of like slip off and dip into other people's perspectives where you see their lives, but it is kind of centered around the main character, Usnavi, and he's played by Anthony Ramos, and he was amazing. I loved him in this. That being said, I loved pretty much everyone in this film. Maybe not Vanessa, and that might be a bit controversial. I loved the actor, like she was great, but the character, her motivations and what she did towards the end, I just can't wrap my head around it just yet. But a few of the standout characters for me were Benny, Nina and Sunny, and their stories kind of just wrap up here and there, and because it is mainly focused on Usnavi and you just get a glimpse of other people, like that's totally fine, but I would have much preferred to see a bit more of like Benny and Nina's relationship and Sunny. They kind of gave him like a story like towards the end, and like I would have loved that to develop a bit more in the beginning, to see him, because he was such an interesting character to me. And as a musical, it is such a good musical. There's so many great songs and so many great dance sequences, and I can't pick like a favourite one, but the dance choreography, oh my god, it's amazing, and whoever was working on that, thumbs up to you, because it was just great. And the songs, it is impossible to pick a favourite. Hello? I think it's a blackout. I don't really know what's going on. Oh look, a firework. I don't know what happened there, but as I was saying, there's so many great songs in this and it's really hard to pick a favourite. 96,000, that whole sequence was amazing, incredible when they're in the pool, and you see that in the trailer, so it's not a spoiler. And of course the opening sequence was amazing, and as a musical, like all the musical aspects to it were amazing. You went through like all the emotions. There was comedy and it was really sad and moving at one point, and obviously if you have seen like the Broadway show, you know what I'm talking about. And there is something about movie musicals which just feel like heroin to me. I mean, inject that in my veins because I am buzzing. And In the Heights is added to a long list of great movie musicals that I just love and adore. But there are some things with this movie that just didn't quite sit with me, and don't get me wrong, I loved this film and I really miss the theatre. I really miss watching musicals in theatre, and so this was such a great film to watch, and obviously watching it on the big screen, I kind of felt like I was sitting in a theatre seat watching these people act in front of me. And when you do watch a musical, or when you watch a movie musical, for me, I listen to the soundtrack more than I actually watch it, and so because it's such an amazing soundtrack, it really just makes me kind of forget the bad things about this film. So some of the things that didn't really work for me, this may be spoilery, so there's your warning. The 96,000 animations, and when Benny and Nina have their duet and they're like walking up the building, like that kind of took me out of it. Obviously it's a musical and obviously it's a movie, so it's not realistic, but those animations, they were really cool. And when they was walking up the building and dancing on it, that was really cool. But it just kind of felt random because up until that point, and then between those points and after then, it was just like kind of like a normal musical, just a normal movie. Like, yeah, this could happen in real life, but obviously seeing animations going across the screen and then walking up a building, if you're not Spider-Man, it's not realistic. So those were nitpicky, but other than that, I just loved this film. I loved this musical, and Lin-Manuel Miranda, he can't go wrong. But that being said, I kind of may have a controversial opinion of him where I don't like what he does himself. So him in this musical kind of was a bit because like I love everything he creates and I can appreciate why people love him, but when he does it himself, it's kind of, I don't know, it's a little bit weird for me. No hate to the guy, he creates amazing things. And now I want to talk about the ending, and this will be a spoiler because I'm pretty much giving away the whole ending to this film. This whole musical was about people chasing their dreams. So the main character's dream, Usnavi, was to go to the Dominican Republic to restore his father's restaurant or shop, I can't really remember. And he's about to go do that, but then like his love interest, Vanessa, after Usnavi gets her the apartment that she's always wanted, like that's what she wanted to do, she kind of like manipulates him and makes him stay in Washington Heights when he was about to catch that flight and leave.
Did you get off the plane? Did you get off the plane? I got off the plane.
And so I can't really wrap my head around that. His whole dream was to leave, and once he helped her achieve hers, she makes him stay in Washington Heights. And yes, there's a whole song after it where he's like, no, I'm staying, I love it here. And I think this film is about 2.5 hours long, and I know that it was from a stage production, and obviously they are really long and you get like an intermission in between, but maybe this film could have been like 2 hours cut, maybe a few songs out. I think they did cut a bunch of songs out anyway, but I guess the songs and the dances can make me forget all that, and I won't be seeing the film again until it's like released on streaming services. Overall, I did really like In the Heights. You can't go wrong with Lin-Manuel Miranda, and my nitpicky bits may seem like I didn't like it, but I did. I enjoyed all the songs, I enjoyed all the dances, I enjoyed all the emotions it made me feel, and if I just forget about the ending, then I loved it. Gold stars, 5 gold rings. That concludes my review of Lin-Manuel Miranda's In the Heights. A really good film, minus a few little cons here and there. But anyway, if you like this video, please leave it a like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, bye! You have been shaking your ass with like half of the heights. Oh, real nice. You didn't even dance for